Welcome to our daily Forex range bar chart market analysis. My name is Derek Schimming. This review is for Monday, April the 8th. Now today it is all about the yen pairs, and we knew that coming into the week based on the volatility and the news from the Bank of Japan last week. Looking at the currency strength chart, you can see that the yen has in fact started the week off on a down note, opening the market to the downside, trailing sideways a little bit, dropping down at the start of the London market, trailing sideways, and now here at the start of the New York session and in these late stages, now that we're into the New York afternoon, we're seeing it move to its lowest levels at minus 139 on the 5-minute CCYX view. To the upside, you would have to say that the euro here in red is the one standing out, moving to the upside, along with the Swiss that's of course pegged to the euro, and even the Aussie that has been fairly consistent, setting a series of higher highs and higher lows on the CCYX, although at this stage in the day it's a little bit more sideways than the others. The dollar's also had a positive move today, really more than likely benefiting from the weak yen to some degree on the day. My suggestion to all the traders, we attempted this today in the room. I had a little bit of technical difficulty that had me leave a trade based on my OCO order, unfortunately, but it still made a nice gain. It's not a bad thing. However, the objective today, and what I would suggest to you, is you're looking to make long trades in the yen pairs, and then taking a portion of that once it moves, getting your stop to a break even to a profitable mark, and then allowing yourself to convert that to a swing position for this week, or at least the first few days of this week. The yen pairs have moved up astronomically on Thursday and Friday, so there's definitely some potential for them to retrace a little bit, but we've seen some of that, at least the attempt of it, and they're driving higher. On the screen, Swiss yen top left, Aussie yen top right, the euro yen, and the pound yen. I think any of these are really ripe for the opportunity. Again, you look at how the pairs have been moving. It's the pound that's been the weakest of the four base currencies here shown, so you have to pick what is most comfortable for you. We've been looking at the euro yen the most, and if we blow this up just to step it back a little bit, let's get Thursday and Friday on this view, and you can see the huge move to the upside this pair has absolutely made. Let me step it back a little bit on the study so the bars will stay large for this video. But you can see that huge rise on Thursday, the carryover Friday through non-farm payroll, and the opportunity that has stayed with the pair since then. The critical thing, we talked about this in the last two videos from last week, was whether the euro yen could get back up to the 126, 127, and ultimately break the 128 range. Now 127.70 being the high. And that's exactly what it did this week. It went into the week, we saw it open to the upside, trading just below S1, which is also just above 128 at 128.28 as a matter of fact on this particular view. It trailed along there sideways and has made several attempts, kind of bumping its head on, I said S1, it's R1, bumping its head on R1 a couple of times. And now that you can see, whoops, let's zip this back. Now you can see that it's been able to get above that range and is moving higher. We've now made it up to the 129 range, and I think at each figure it's understandable that it should find a little bit of resistance, but as long as the yen is trading down, we should see the pair continue to move higher. Oscillators are resetting. It's really a good opportunity, quite frankly. A test, something that moves back and proves that this 128, 128.25 range, somewhere in there, proves that is now support. What is resistance becomes support when we trade through it. So a test back down to the low 128 range would actually be considered ideal and somewhat healthy here, and then we can approach and look at things to move higher. The other yen pairs are similar, although again stated that the pound has been the weakest of the base currencies. One that's been the most consistent today that I pointed out was that Aussie yen. Craig, one of our moderators, was suggesting this was the better pair to look at today, and he's absolutely correct. You can see that it moved up from Thursday and Friday's moves quite handily and stayed just over. Instead of struggling with the R1 resistance level. It really got itself just over that range and traded just above there, and now it's lifted higher, went up to, had more struggle with R2 than it did R1, and now has moved higher on the day as well. Again, the yen maintaining weakness today with the action in North Korea, with the situation with the Bank of Japan. There's really no justifiable reason for the yen to trade higher, although I'm not saying that it can't do that. Again, a retrace of these pairs would be healthy, but arguably at least this week, until people have a better grasp of this thing and the yen can settle down, or we get a little bit more comfortable with the news, or maybe some opinions change, or maybe it just has to move enough for the foreseeable time frame, I just don't see a reason to justify expecting the yen to maintain or move with any type of strength and maintain it. So again, the critical thing on the euro yen is going to be that 128, the 128 to 25 range, and then ultimately the 127.70, which was that high. We'll use the 128 as a round number. As long as it stays above that range, I think game on to the long side. This move up changed everything. We talked about that last week. It didn't look, it was trading right at the top of the consolidated downward trend line from the transitional period, and now it's been able to break through that, and so today's price action has changed the game considerably, and the news is the caveat of that. And you can see here this Aussie yen has had a very nice opportunity to the upside. So again, my suggestion would be to look at your long trading opportunities as long as the yen pairs keep moving higher. A pullback at this junction would be ideal to give you a higher low to make an entry from as the trade, and if the trade moves positively in your favor, you want to be able to take part of that trade off, move your stop to a break-even point or to a positive zone, and try to convert some portion, even if it's a small portion of your trade, a 10, 20% portion, a 30% portion, a 50% portion, some portion of your trade. Your best approach today and tomorrow is going to be try to be in some type of swing or position trade, because we've seen the yen pairs moving by hundreds of pips in single days, and you want to see if you can put yourself on the right side of that type of price action. That's what we've been doing in the room. Those are the trades we've been taking. We've got a couple open positions out there. It's a very good situation to be in. The Asian session to start the week was good. The London session provided some great opportunities. The New York session provided some great opportunities, and we left pips on the table. Good traders usually do. And so that's the way we're going to approach this and continue to go forward this week. If you want to know more, you want to trade with us, you want to do some of this in real time, you want to look at why our range bar charts and tools provide many benefits to you as a trader. If you're looking for a more advanced and very straightforward approach to charting and trading, then our modern pure price charting method is superior to your standard time-based charting programs for many reasons, and we'd like to have the opportunity to show you why firsthand and let you experience it live in our online community and trade group. Just drop us an email at info@fxrbc.com. It's forexrangebarcharts.com. The email address is info@fxrbc.com. We're going to have the guest sessions coming up very soon. We want to get you involved, so drop us an email. We look forward to seeing you on the floor. Hit the subscribe button on here on the YouTube page, and send us any questions that you have on the videos, and I'll answer them in future videos. You guys, as always, have a great day trading. Let's have an outstanding week. The volatility seems to be carrying over. The opportunities are very ripe right here. We've had a nice adjustment in the charts. This looks like a really unique opportunity, and above average one for us going into the week. So traders, let's take advantage of that. I'll see you on the floor.